Hi, I'm Jade, the owner of Whips and Wishes. Welcome or welcome back. I started a business so that my husband didn't have to fund my hobby and my yarn addiction because it got a little pricey, especially when Joann's closed. But it also gives me something to do. In this video, we'll be doing our first ever big market prep video. So I took this inspiration from Loops and Knots Crochet from YouTube. Please check them out if you haven't seen them. Their videos are amazing. I love them. But essentially what our goal is we're going to be market prepping $10,000 worth of inventory in just a few short 33 weeks. So I only have $1,300 worth of inventory left over from 2025, which brings our goal down to $8,700. In order to stay on track of this goal, I need to average making $263 every week. So come with me to attempt that. So I don't have much footage of it, but I've been trying to prep my mini brontosauruses. In order to avoid burnout, sorry, my daughter. In order to avoid burnout, I have been only making a few of the things that I really need to mass make. So instead of making 30 turtles all at once, I'm making 5 at a time. And for the brontosauruses, I decided I wanted 5 mini ones minimum, but I'm only prepping 2 at a time. And I think I'm gonna do 2 at a time every time I make them, even with the large ones, because it's going really, really well. I've got the body done of one. I need to do the neck and then the head for that one. And this one, I just finished the tail and I'm gonna do the body today and hopefully the necks of both of them. Honestly, I think I could finish them both today, which would be amazing. And then I've got, $50 because I'm selling them for $25. I was selling them for $20 each, and every time I had one on my table, it would sell the first market it was at. So I think I'm gonna up the price a little bit just because they seem to be a hot commodity. And I timed myself how long it takes me roughly to make some parts, and boy, was I undercharging. Yikes. But we're going to finish those, and I have some other turtles that I want to finish as well. So if I can get those done, I might start on the turtles. It's the 13th and we have the 2 bodies of 2 brontosauruses done. I got most of them done at the hospital while I was waiting for my glucose test, and surprise, surprise, I failed it. So now I get to do the stupid 3-hour one, and I'm not looking forward to it. It's like 9 o'clock at night and I'm going to see if I can crochet the 2 heads. I probably won't check in before I go to bed, but I'll see you in the morning. It's now the morning, it's Wednesday, and we've completed all our morning stuff. So now I have a few minutes while my daughter independent plays to check in. We did end up finishing both of the heads for the brontosauruses last night, so all that's left is to sew them together. I also forgot that I had made all the parts to this guy and never shown it, but it's gonna be the butterfly dragon from Holly's Yarn Creations. Now that that's finished, I'm kind of stumped on what to start next. And luckily enough for me, I have an endless amount of wheels to spin. I inputted all of the market to-do list into this wheel, and let's see what we get. Now, if we get something that I don't want to make, obviously I'm just gonna spin it again. This isn't like a very strict wheel because I'm just using it to help, you know, inspire me. And if I get something that I really despise making, I'm not gonna do it today. I'm gonna procrastinate, and that's okay. We have 33 weeks. We'll do one more spin, and if that comes up empty, maybe I'll do a pattern buster, because I'm also working on that video. Okay. Wheel spinning. Mother trucker. Hedgehog. I'll try the hedgehog. There we go. Henry the baby hedgehog. By Jen's Crafty Creations. Adorable. And I've always wanted to make this because I never see it at markets. And I got special fur for it. So we have to do it. Completed 2 bodies of hedgehogs, and this is how far I've gotten on the head. I'm calling it. I finished these 2 guys yesterday, and they're gonna be in my like little misfit bin at my market, and I think I'm gonna sell them for $6 each. I'm not making more of these. That's why it's just like the misfit bin or odds and ends. I've yet to name it. Comment some ideas below to help a girl out, because I don't want to steal other creators' ideas, but I just don't exactly know what to call it. I love that Katie, the celestial being, calls her the misfit bin, but I don't want to like steal that completely. But those are done. Now the current pattern busting challenge pattern that I'm working on is a crab, and it's in our Zumagurumi favorites. I honestly, now that I've been crocheting for longer, I am starting to like these patterns a lot more. When I first made them, I only made 1 or maybe 2 before. I had tried to make, let's see, Cody the crocodile, and I tried to make him in Karen 1-pound yarn, and it was just not good. I wasn't really good at making stuffed animals though, so we've come a long way, because I think that was like maybe 6 years ago. God, how old am I? I did that when I was like freshly 19, and it was rough. We're now working on Cedric the crab. So this is Cedric. I only have like one shade of red in every brand of yarn though. So we're not making a red crab. We're making a blue crab. Because I looked it up. It is a thing. Not that I needed a blue crab, like my husband said. Because they're animated like type stuffies, I can make them any color I want. But we're making a blue crab, and right now he just looks like an alien. Honestly, I think I think I should make a hat like this, honestly. Or like a jumper and have the hood have these little antenna things, because that'd be silly. But he is going to be another, good size one. So that really helps me out for my goals wise, because like I said probably earlier in this video, I have to make 263, I think, dollars per week, and each month I need roughly $1,200 made. And right now we're a little behind. But that is also not calculating parts that haven't been sewn together. So I don't add up this until it's completely finished. With that being said, I have the butterfly and 2 brontosauruses, which is $125, not included on the price yet. We've done a rhino this month. Here you go. A cat snuggler. And this little turtle. And then obviously the 2 Misfit Makes that were in the bin already. That puts us in a little bit of a predicament, but Jesus. I have an obsession with collecting notebooks, and for some reason, I take notes on random pieces of paper. I have a notebook. I just, for whatever reason, don't get another thing. I need to just start using my notepads more. Goodness gracious. Sorry, that was a little bit of a rant, because I'm realizing how many scrap pieces of paper I have lying on my desk that have writing on them. And some of the writing is random, and some of it is things that I actually want to remember. So I do have turtle bodies prepped. I just need to assemble them. It's a no-sew pattern, so I just need to crochet the underbelly. And there's 4 turtles in here, so that would give me 5 turtles in total. I need to sew the Brontosaurus's heads together. I need to sew the butterfly dragon together. I want to complete my crab. This was all that we completed yesterday and last night, which is pretty impressive. My daughter's finally gotten over her sleep regression for right now, and she's sleeping much better, and she doesn't need me to put her down. My husband can go take care of that, and she slept all on her own, both today or last night and the night before. So she's getting to be a big girl. So I think I'm going to do some gummy bears, and I use a multiple of free patterns from Instagram. So like my gummy bears, the baby whales, this pocket frogs, and then my mushroom pops, I all got those from Instagram. But I am just feeling like gummy bears, not having to put eyes on them and just making the bodies and stuffing them afterwards would be really nice. However, I don't know what colors I need, so I'm going to pull out the gummy bears that I do have and place them all by color on my table and see what ones I should make. So based off of the colors that I have here, I think I need purple. I don't even have any purples on here. So I want a light purple and then the smoothie bowl in Posh. I need to make some more green ones. I'm probably going to make other blue ones and some different pink ones. I think I can do them in like the shrimp color in Baby Bear. But yeah, definitely adding a more diverse color option. All right, I picked out 3 colors to work with for right now. And I think I'm gonna do 5 gummy bears in each color. So then I'll have 15 to add to my stash or my product inventory. I think on my list it said that I am going to do like 16 to make, but I'm just going to prep the amount of colors that I think is necessary, and I probably am going to go over my estimated amount, which is okay, but it seems like my gummy bears have been a little more popular lately. And then once I'm done with all of them, I like to put my tiny makes, like these, the $5 makes, in the laundry bags from Walmart. They're like $1 each, and they just make it so much easier. I grab a bag for each type of make, and then when I'm at a market, I can just dump the bag into the basket or a bin that I'm going to be using, and vice versa. Once I'm picking up, I just dump the bin in, so it stays all nice and neat in my larger storage bags. But yeah, that has saved me in my organization skills. I'm hoping to maybe fill this bag halfway with gummy bears. Like I said, I have that one really big one that I've already applied to and I'm in on, and that has a lot of people that go. However, I want to make enough inventory where I can do more than one market next year, because I really enjoy going to markets. This is what I do on my free time, or I'd like to do. It definitely helps change up my day-to-day life of watching my daughter and cleaning the house, making dinners. So I don't want to just do one market this year. Goodness gracious, it's 2026. For next season, like market season, I want to do the Labor Day festival in Northfield, and that gets quite a bit of people because it's in September, so a lot of students are coming back to school because we have the military college there, Norwich University, and that brings in quite a bit of people. It's also a great way to market myself and let everyone know that, hey, I am, in the area. If you want a custom or you like my things, this is where I'm going to be next. Things like that. But it also is just going to be a fun day to have my daughter play around in the sprinklers, the bubbles. There's a dunk tank, bingo that goes on. but it's $150 for all 3 days, so $50 a day. That's not bad. There's markets where I pay $15 and I make $150. So if I'm paying $50 a day to have fun and bonus of selling my stuff, because I've never seen a crochet artist there yet, fingers crossed, I think it would be a lot of fun. But in order to sign up for that, I have to know that I'm not going to sell out at that September event and not have anything for Danville in October, because my hands and my time, I cannot prep $3,000 worth of inventory between Labor Day and the first weekend of October. That's insane. So I want to make sure that I have all the inventory done before August. That would be the perfect outcome for me. It has been a few days and I haven't been filming at all, and that's okay. I was late on posting a video. Actually, I'm not even late. I just missed it. I didn't post this past Sunday. It's a Tuesday. It is what it is. So over here we have our tote that I've been filling for my monthly makes so that everything's organized. And once they're all like sewn together, all of that, then I can put them in my storage bags. But I do have a bag of plushies in there though that it's half full, and they were designated for an online shop that I was going to start this year. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that. I need all of the inventory I can get for this fall, because I only have 12 weeks until baby is due, and that's stressing me out right now because I am only at like $2,000 worth of inventory and I'd like 10,000. The reality is I'm not starting a online shop this year, or at least not before I do my markets, because I don't want to just do one market this year. I'd like to do more, but I'm gonna take all of that inventory from that bag and add it to my market inventory spreadsheet. I passed my glucose test. So today I had to do my 3-hour glucose test, and I was stressing because if I failed it, that meant I'd have to cut out bread and sugar, and I'd have to really watch my diet, and I don't want to. Like, obviously I'm watching what I eat because my last pregnancy I gained 80 pounds. Yikes! All sweets, pretty much. And I'm trying not to gain that much because I'm obviously also starting off, or I started off a heavier weight than I did before my last pregnancy. In my last pregnancy, I started at like 150, 155, and I ended up over 230. And that was insane. And for this pregnancy, I started at 170 because I was close to getting all the weight off. But yeah, now I think I'm 192, 193, and we're 28 weeks pregnant. I think I've been doing a pretty good job. I really wanted to pass my 3-hour glucose test, and turns out I did. And oh boy, that was a lot. I hate the drink. It's not that bad. What I hate is I get a headache from them every single time. And it sucks. But we passed, and that was amazing. And I did make some things at the hospital. There they are. I was only able to make 3 mushroom pops because the lab was busy. Everyone kept stopping and going, "What are you making? What are you making?" Which is adorable. Love it. And I got to talk about my business. But I didn't get to crochet as much as I wanted. I think I'm going to pull a page out of the Loops and Knots crochet. I think that's her name. But she's the one who inspired me to do this series of a bunch of market prep months in advance of my big season. But she has been prepping turtles and like cows, and she does like 5 of each color. And I really like that idea, so I think I'm going to use that to help me organize myself. I did 5 in this color, and I'm going to make some light pink and dark pink of those, and I have a different green body that I'm going to do as well. I want some cream based bodies. So I think I can prep a bunch of those, and that's a brainless one. That's something that I can do while watching my daughter and not have to like really pay attention, because if I put my project down, I don't want to be having to count 30 stitches to see where I am. I'm touching base on the turtle front. I have finished all 5 grayish brown turtle shells. The dark brown shells have been done for quite a while, and I'm now working on the last purple shell, and from there I have the dark blue shells. So really I only have 6 shells left, and then I'm going to start on the heads and then go on to the fins. So I have approximately 3-4 hours alone at the house, and it only takes like an hour to clean up my house, pretty much. So I'm gonna spend some time really concentrating on market prep, because we only have 11 weeks until baby is due. And I'm starting to get a little stressed out because I don't know how much market prep I can actually do while postpartum. I don't know how this birth is going to go, and I know that with my first, I was really exhausted and I couldn't do anything, and it hurt to stand. So I'm gonna try to give myself enough of a grace period, but in order to have that, I really need to crack down and make as much as I can right now. I have started nesting. So I don't usually show this corner or this side at all because it's just atrocious. But I had a corner bookshelf in here. Well, I still have it. But we had multiple bookshelves in here because this used to be where we would keep all of our books. But now that the basement is getting finished, we're going to be having our books down in that finished room in our basement. So I feel confident enough to clear off this bookshelf. But my husband is away for a few days for work, and I'm supposed to be cleaning the whole house. I don't know how that turned into taking all the books off of this bookshelf, putting them in boxes or in closets so that I can move this bookshelf downstairs and bring my papasan up and rearrange this room so that it is slightly more functional. Yeah, this is gonna be a big project. I'm already sweating. I have already moved out a few of the boxes that I had right here. I had 2 big diaper boxes, and those were actually filled with books, not diapers. And so all the books that I don't necessarily want to read or I'm not going to read are put away, all the nonfiction's put away. I most definitely started nesting, but it worked out. I didn't quit today, which was great because both my hips kind of got shot. I get sciatic nerve pain really bad in both my hips now because I don't know why. I gained a lot of weight in my last pregnancy and it's just been there since that. We're trying stretches. It flares up every now and then, but my lower back and my butt are in a lot of pain. But I was able to finish the reorganizing bit, I believe. So we still have our yarn wall, we still have yarn up top. It kind of gets a little messy. Then we get, oh, my belly's in the way. We get a grate of some yarn. I have my fabric shoved over there. I don't sew, but I have fabric. I don't know. Then we have my messy cart, a cabinet that has a bunch of stuff in it. I put all my pattern books in it, so that's at least neatened up. And then we have my papasan, and it's great. I have my little wax warmer and teacup and my furs. And then I switched around my desk, so the desk actually goes this way, and then this is just, that's just a headache for another day, honestly. But I really like the vibe it's giving right now. I'm probably going to move this yarn wall over when my husband's home. And then I'm also going to put on some shelves over there and hopefully add some decorations, because I'd love to do a tapestry crochet and have that just on display. I also want to crochet some coasters because if I'm gonna have tea in here, I want to make sure that I have coasters to, you know, keep it all clean. But yeah, I'm gonna sit down and do some pattern busters and then check in later. I don't think I'm gonna be doing too much more of like actual market prep that I can show you, because these pattern busters aren't going to be in the video that's out before this. It's going to be the video after this, so I don't want to give away any spoilers. We have officially made it to January 31st, and that is so exciting and kind of stressful. But I wanted to walk you guys through everything that I have completed this month. There are some items that I haven't sewn together completely, and my hope is that in future months, while I'm creating new projects and getting things in to my market bags, when my hands start hurting from crocheting or I'm just feeling uninspired, I can sew items together and kind of like get that dopamine fix. So some of these aren't exactly sewn together, and there are some where I will give you sneak peeks, but I won't show you the entire thing because I'm hoping it's next week's video, in pattern busting episode 3, you will see those makes, because I'm also working on that right now and I don't want to do any spoilers for you. So to start off, I want to give you a little show of this guy. I made him in, I think, my first pattern busting episode, and he is one of my pride and joys right now because I free-handed the overalls. Isn't he cute? Like, you can take the overalls off and get this. 1 minute, let me strip him. Avert your eyes. He has a onesie. So the pattern that I had for him actually had a shirt and pants for him, and instead I did my own type of color work so that he has a onesie, and that helps with like playing pretend. And I did embroider eyes so that he's safe for the kiddos, but I thought that was adorable. I had thought of doing more outfits for him, but since he's already going to be $78, I didn't want to add anything more because then it would be way too much, and I don't charge a lot for my items because, well, if you've watched any of my other videos, I've probably talked about it there. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and this is just to fund my hobby. The next one we did was a cat snuggler. I had one of these guys, same exact color combo, at the end of 2025, and it did sell, and I liked it so much that I decided to do a whole nother one. Now, this is out of Big Twist plush, and I don't have enough to make an exact replica, which is unfortunate because I kind of like this so much that I want to keep it, but it will be going on my market table. After that, we had 2 mini brontosauruses. The green ones tend to sell like hotcakes, so I made 2. My plan is to make other colors. Leave me a comment if you have a color request or recommendation, because I am kind of at a loss. I don't know if I want to do cool colors or warm colors. The last large, completely finished large item is this crab. He is a pride and joy now. He's so silly and goofy looking. I am super proud of him. I really should take product photos of him before he sells, but I also need to figure out how to take photos that look nice and a green background doesn't do these guys justice. This is one that I'm still sewing together. This is the butterfly dragon snuggler from Holly's Yarn Creations, I believe, and this was inspired by one of those blue butterflies. I'll put a picture here, but it's one of my favorite butterflies to like look at, so I wanted to make it in one of these. Moving on to smaller items, I did get a keychain done, so I love these keychains. They twist, they're great, and it's a little heart. So I have rose gold, silver, regular gold, and I think a black, but they're the best. So I made one of those. I did end up making 3 mushroom pops. I only made the 3 during my glue close test, and then I kind of took a pause on them. these ones were part of our pattern busting episode, I think episode 2, but we have a cupcake and a stork, and these are $6 makes. I'm not I'm not charging much for those. Now these are actually some of my favorites. I got 5 turtles done in this color. I am obsessed with these. I think they'll do a great job at all of my markets. And I made one in this color because, you know, there's beige moms out there who might want a beige turtle for their beige nursery. No hate, no judgment. If that's your aesthetic, I get it. We all have ours. But not everyone wants colorful turtles or colorful anything. So I made this a little muted. I also made a number of gummy bears. I think I made 11 in total, but I had already put them away, so I'm not gonna pull them out individually. I did make sure that I had other purples available because I didn't have any of those. Now that is it for everything that isn't part of the Pattern Busters for next episode. I will give you little sneak peeks, kind of just body parts, to these makes and show you roughly the items I've got. Maybe you can guess what they are. I have this guy. I don't want to give too much away. This fella. And then we have a bunch of just random pieces, and that's a little terrifying. But I'm a potato. But we have, you know, a few mini makes and stuff. That was all of the items that I was able to crochet this month. And I say this month, I really started just really cracking down on the 13th. So I did a few pattern busters here and there before the 13th, like the rhino, I did that one. But after the 13th, that's when I did all of my my calculations and deciding how much I needed to make a week in order to meet my goal. Now for how much I actually made, like cost-wise. Going based off of my goal, which was $263 a week, and calculating that I really started that goal and implemented it on January 13th. That means it was really, I needed 3 weeks worth of work done instead of 4 weeks, because, you know, January does have 4 weeks in it, but I really only started cracking down on market prepping in the 2nd week. So instead of over $1,000 for this month, I only needed to make $789 worth of items, and I kind of did that. So adding everything up, even my pattern busters that aren't entirely sewn together, because honestly I can sew them up together another time, they're still made, so it means that I don't have to spend the time making them all from scratch, if that makes sense. I made $737 worth of inventory. I was only $52 short of my goal, but with that being said, I did go through my market inventory and increase some of the prices because there were things that I just was like, yeah, I take too long to make this in order to charge $25. It really should be $35. So after doing all of that, I'm pretty sure we reached our goal completely. Our inventory value is now at $2,132, which means we only have $7,868 left to make, and I think that's pretty good progress for us right now. Before I pop off and finish this video, I did want to calculate all of the skeins that I've used every month. That is one of my 2026 goals. I really want to keep track of how many skeins I finish, because last year I'm pretty sure I missed a few skeins because my total was only 37 and I think that's false. So I'm trying really hard to be on top of it this year, and my goal is to get 52 skeins completed, because a skein a week, that'd be awesome. I know there's crazy creators out there, like I think LA's Crochet, she did like 400 plus skeins of yarn. That's insane. I wish I could do that, although that would be my entire collection, so maybe not. We don't have the funds for that. We used one Big Twist plush, one Big Twist baby bear, and then 8 Big Twist posh. Now these weren't all completely full skeins, I will disclose that. I'm counting them whether they were completely full, unopened, or they were partial skeins, even just like a little bit, because my yarn wall, if you can see, every center that is white has one of those tags in it. And anytime I finish one of them off my yarn wall, the tag goes in this bag and we calculate it. So I think that is a pretty darn good start to the year, since, well, there's 31 days and I got 10 skeins done. So congrats to me. I know this video was a little chaotic to say the least, but if you stuck around till the end, thank you so much. I'm very grateful for you to be here, and I hope you enjoy any of my other videos that you want to check out. I will hopefully be posting our next pattern busting episode on Sunday next week, so be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a pretty fun one, I think, but I'm biased. I hope you guys have had a great start to your 2026 year, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.